Spirit Loathing. Welcome to BnL's Chug, a lightning fast recap of beer news that may or may not have pissed you off last week. We go back through it all over again to get you good and pissed off so you can get over it and move on to the new shit that's going to piss you off this week. I'm Samuel Sly, dragging in some headlines from the alleyway that Mom told me to take back out, but I want to just because I like them that much. Stone Brewing has cleared the air on the wastewater beer that was going around the media. Greg Cook himself digitally lolled at the media for all the dumb and inaccurate shit that they had said about Stone Brewing beers with what equates to poop water. Now we're just glad to hear old Greg is taking this watered down media shit and letting it roll off his back and putting it right into a beer most likely. Now another website has published the history of the IPA. Why are we still beating this dead horse? This new content, this story's been told 1,000 times. Anyone at this point that doesn't know the history of IPA doesn't give the fuck about history of IPAs. And that's okay. Let the people not give a fuck. On the off chance someone doesn't know, and they do ask you, go ahead, dive right into that story with the fervor and beer action of an old man who's remembering his very first sexual encounter. Other than that, just let's leave it alone. Now lastly, Brew Dog has threatened legal action against a startup brewery that intended to use the word punk. Now we forget in this day and age, after years of being against the man, the philosophy of punk has now morphed into punking poser punks and actually being for the man. Man, otherwise, what kind of punk-ass poser would have lawyers at the ready like this? Now, recently we realized it was selfish of us to ignore all the badass chugging videos that are going around the internet. So, what we're going to be doing is going through and finding some of these new badass videos and doing a little bit of a critique of our own on them. Let's see what we got for this very first week. Okay. All right, there's your problem number 1. And, problem number 2 and 3. 3 strikes, you're down, on the ground, not having a good time. So, what I'm going to do now is go back and touch on the 3 areas where this all went to shit. So, can we go back to the beginning? Oh my god, that's terrifying. All right, so right from the very beginning, look at this posture. The can needs to be up. That's what leads to this spill. Now, second, her posture. That downward tilt is directly related to what comes up as a spit or puke. I'm not even sure. But finally, number 3, her posture. That shit will not stand. You need to have your legs upright. Get those knees locked. That's how you prevent the spins. Now, these 3 pieces combined is what's going to make you have a bad time in the shotgun department. Well, that's a recap. This week's Chug is brought to you by Perrin Brewing Company's Chocolate Bock. Here we go. Ugh. Go back next week to find out what pissed you off last week.